Hey guys, real quickly, I want to talk about a class that I took recently, which may be of interest to many of you, not just the firearms enthusiasts. Took it on March 20th in Springfield, Virginia. It was from Greg Ellifritz, and it was his, let me make sure I get the entire title, Tactical First Aid and Systems Collapse Medicine. It was, I think, supposed to be an 8-hour class. We ran a little bit over, but it was not bothersome or cumbersome in that regard. Regarding Greg, if you're not familiar with him, he's been an instructor for a long time. He's a retired SWAT cop from someplace in Ohio. I don't know the exact jurisdiction he worked. In addition to that, he is and has been for quite some time an instructor at TDI up in Ohio. His specialties are some of the things you'd expect from a SWAT guy and some not, but he teaches classes on firearms, tactical medicine, obviously, and fighting, various aspects thereof. I had never taken a class with Greg before, but I was familiar with him through the things he has posted. He writes a lot, and some of the other things he's posted to social media. He also curates a lot of content from around the web as part of, I guess, his social media presence. Based on that, I thought that it would be a good thing to take a class from him, and I wasn't disappointed. Greg comes across quite a bit like he does in his writing. His personality shines through in his writing without being overwhelming. And I'd say the same thing about his class. He is very articulate. He is a good presenter, and he discusses concepts without a lot of crazy jargon or weird acronyms. He's very straightforward. It's evident that he has presented and taught quite a bit. During the class, he did use a PowerPoint. I did not find that PowerPoint to be overwhelming. If any of you have ever seen like the death by PowerPoint where there's like a million words on a slide and the presenter just numbingly reads them all out, that was not Greg. His PowerPoint was supportive of what he was covering and had a few numbers and stats, but it wasn't overwhelming. He also said that any photos we want to take of that PowerPoint, with the exception of any of the injury slides, like actual photos of injuries, were fine. And he was very good about warning people that there were some slides where we would see some injuries that were pretty severe. So in case anybody had any issues with that, they were forewarned so they could either, not look or step out or anything like that. Although nobody in my class did that. It was, no real issue. I think there were a mix of some civilians, some military, some police, so 3 or 4 individuals that I had certainly seen before in training. Hi, Matt. How you doing? But during that class, Greg asked us at the beginning if we wanted to cover things about tactical medicine, wilderness medicine, or the zombie apocalypse is what he called it. But, system collapse. And everybody raised their hand, or many people raised their hands for all three. So when he was done, he basically jokingly said, okay, well, I guess I want to teach a 4-day class. And I will tell you that despite the amount of material he crammed into that 8 hours, all of it was covered well, all of it was covered thoroughly, and all of it was covered at a speed where I could take notes without feeling rushed. Like I went back and read my notes, and they were legible. And usually when a presenter is going too fast, my notes start to suffer. I didn't really have that problem with Greg. I mean, I'm a lefty. You already know my handwriting is entertaining on a good day. But I didn't have any problems at all. Greg took questions, answered them with no issue, and wove it into his material quite well. The stories that he told about his career were not the like, no shit, there I was kind of crazy stuff. If you ever taken a class with that guy, Greg's were really to kind of underscore points. And at times he talked about mistakes that he had made and experiences he had had that were less than perfect. Basically trying to teach us to be able to cope with those situations better should we encounter them. Overall, I very much like the class. I would take another class with Greg again. And I don't think I have any negatives to say about it. At the end, he also handed out a CD to everybody of extra material, including a lot of videos and things like that. And he also said he'd Dropbox you if you did not have a CD-ROM, since that's kind of yestertech. I did email him and ask him for that, and I have yet to see that email, but I suspect he's pretty busy and also traveling. So I expect I'll get it sooner or later. But anyway, seriously, excellent class. Loved it quite a bit. I would recommend it. I know he threatened to come to North Carolina at some point in late spring, early summer. If you are looking to take this class and that's close to you, or you can get there, wouldn't be a bad deal. Guys, anyway, this is a little off the beaten path, what I normally do, but take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to you again soon.